Cloud recording is good.
Good morning, and welcome to today's remote New York City Council hearing on the Committee on Housing and Buildings. At this time, would all panelists please turn on their video? To minimize disruption, please place electronic devices on vibrate or silent mode. Chair Cornegy, we are ready to begin.
Housing and Buildings. We're here to hold a vote on a bill related to extending the full compliance and date of existing site safety training requirements. Pursuant to Local Law 196 of 2017, construction workers are required to complete specified hours of site safety training courses prior to obtaining a full site safety training card. The deadline to complete these courses is currently September 1st, but the COVID-19 crisis has made compliance difficult for the many workers, with in-person courses becoming unavailable and only a limited number of trainings remotely. Many workers need additional time to complete outstanding requirements. To provide this additional time, preconsidered intro sponsored by Public Advocate Councilmember Menchaca and myself would extend the full compliance date to March 1st, 2021. I'm joined today by Council members Chin, Yeager, Cabrera, Rosenthal. I think that's it. We'll now ask the clerk to call.
Jonah.
Hey, Mark. And Mark Jonah.
Torres.
Rivera.
Sorry, I certainly
Lewis.
Grodenchik.
Okay, so everybody's here. So we can now ask the clerk to call the roll, please. Wait.
Morning, everyone.
Sorry, before you call the roll, I just have a very brief statement before we go into this. While we as a body, under my friend and Speaker Corey Johnson, have made tremendous strides in working towards equity in minority communities, I personally will not be voting on any matters before the New York City Council today. As a member of the New York City Council who is a Black man, I take my responsibility to my community and to this city seriously. As a member of the New York City Council, I've legislated, marched, walked out, sat down, and actually laid down on behalf of racial injustice and inequity. The one thing I have not done is leverage my vote and its incredible value to highlight the racial division that exists and continues to conspire to minimize the Black experience in this country. Again, I woke to more news of police misconduct and acts of violence against American citizens who happen to be Black. I will be withholding my vote on behalf of Robert E. Cornegy III, who resides in the great state of Florida while honing his creative skills, for Nicholas Cornegy, who lives in one of the most violent parts of Brooklyn, for Nia Cornegy, who attends an HBCU in North Carolina, for Nyla Cornegy, who attends a self-proclaimed Trump school in Arlington, Virginia, and for Noah and Nkosi Cornegy, who attend school in Georgia, one of the most characteristically racist states in the country. I will be withholding my vote on behalf of Amadou Diallo, Patrick Dorisman, Tysheen Bourne, Andre Fields, Alberta Spruill, Usman Zongo, Timothy Stansberry, Sean Bell, John Collado, Antoine White, Dwayne Brown, Chantel Davis, Kamani Gray, Ronald Singleton, Akai Gurley, Jeffrey Ragland, Eric Garner, Miguel Espinal, Felix Kumi, Miriam Carey, David Felix, Raymond Peralta, Gerald Tyree, Dalton Branch, Michael Hansford, Shahid Vassell, Kathleen Johnson, Oscar Grant, Aaliyah Stanley Jones, Kenneth Chamberlain, Rakia Boyd, Trayvon Martin, Kendrick McDade, Timothy Russell and Melissa Williams, Kendrick James, Michael Brown, Tamir Rice, Samuel Du Bois, Natasha McKinney, Megan Hockaday, Christian Taylor, Sandra Bland, Freddie Gray, Walter Scott, Alton Sterling, Philando Castillo, Corin Gaines, Atiana Jefferson, Pamela Taylor, Pamela Turner, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Stephon Kieran Crawford, and lastly, who's not dead but paralyzed, Jacob Blake. Thank you.
William Martin, Committee Clerk, roll call vote, Committee on Housing and Buildings. On preconsidered introduction.
Statement.
Chair Cornegy.
I'll be withholding my vote this morning.
Cabrera.
We also have an opening statement from Councilmember Menchaca.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll vote aye.
Are we going to do the statement or continue roll call?
Councilmember Straka?
Hi, I think I'm just going to come in and say thank you to the committee. Thank you for giving me this opportunity and really to remind everyone about the hard work that this bill, Local Law 196, and the many years of work that we've done that lifted up the plight of the workers. We saw union workers alongside non-union workers asking for these kind of protections and this kind of training. This tiered deadline piece was really to help craft the ability to inject all this training into our communities. We've had a lot of ups and downs around this, and so I'm really thankful for the council's ability to be flexible. The workers who are speaking to us right now are telling us that these extensions are actually creating dangerous conditions with companies who are using fake OSHA cards and other tactics to confront undocumented workers and other workers who are vulnerable. This is going to allow for more space to do the work. The Department of Buildings, in the hearing that we had before, redoubled their commitment to our workers. And so these are all beautiful things right now that we want to continue to allow to happen without that pressure point. So I want to say thank you to the chair, to Public Advocate, then Council Member in the last session, Jumaane Williams, who really pushed this forward, the unions and all the organizations and the day labor organizations that have continued to be on the ground fighting this. So I want to say thank you to the committee, and we'll see you as stated.
Thank you, Councilmember. The roll call on preconsidered introduction, Councilmember Cabrera,
I'll vote aye.
Chin,
I vote aye.
Rosenthal,
I vote aye.
Torres,
I vote aye.
Grodenchik,
Aye.
thank you. Perkins,
Aye.
Jonai,
I vote aye.
Rivera,
Aye.
Lewis,
I vote aye.
by a vote of 9 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, and no abstentions, preconsidered introduction has been adopted by the committee.
Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
So I want to thank you for attending. I thank you for your vote. I think that this is a bill that's incredibly important. We are now concluding the hearing on housing and buildings.